Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your general tarot tune-in. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. This is Tarot with Netta. This reading is for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node in the sign of Sagittarius. As always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And if the reading doesn't resonate with you, check out your other placements. If it does, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, my dear Sag babies, let's get one card to ground your reading. Page of Cups. Okay, we'll go into your challenge position, what's coming towards you, and your advice. Okay, so Page of Cups here. Some like flirting. You could be flirting with someone. Like very cute, very innocent. You could be getting the butterflies. This could be like a summer romance. Summer fling. Okay. Okay, in your challenge position, the major arcana, Wheel of Fortune, 7 of Cups, and 10 of Swords. Wow. Okay, your challenge position. So, in the Thoth Tarot, the 7 of Cups is known as the card of debauchery. So be careful not to overdo something. The Page of Cups, this is a very light-hearted card, but in the reverse, it can be known as gossip or lying, like childish type of communication. All right, so that debauchery, like self-indulgence, overdoing something, overdoing an addiction. You could be having a roster, so you know, in your like social media, messenger, you know, talking to a lot of people. You could be in somebody else's roster. Yeah, you could be questioning if you are if you're like a serious okay, so okay, I see what's happening here. Yeah, you're dealing with someone now. It's starting off very lighthearted, very innocent. You're developing a crush. Okay, with the 7 of Cups, okay, you do have the Wheel of Fortune as well and your challenge position. So a situation is going to turn from maybe lighthearted, flirting, very innocent, very yeah, lighthearted, into something heavy and serious. There could be like, yeah, a sense of overdoing it, or something has been overdone. You could be in somebody's roster. You could find out that you are not the only person that this person is talking to. You could be one of 20 even. So yeah, debauchery, like overdoing something to an extreme, like an addiction. And the 10 of Swords here is betrayal. Yeah, this is falling in your challenge position, and it's a stark difference. It's a big difference, like from the Page of Cups, which is a very sweet energy. Okay, what's coming towards you? The 3 of Pentacles, the 8 of Swords, and the Queen of Swords. You could have Scorpio in your chart with the Queen of Swords here, Sagittarius. So you might have like Scorpio moon or rising, or a Scorpio sun, and you're just, you know, checking out your other Sagittarius placements. You are going to, you might block this person. The 3 of Pentacles to the 8 of Swords, this is like strategizing. You could be putting this person in their place with some very direct words, okay? So it's, again, a very big difference from this Page of Cups going to the Queen of Swords. You might also have Aquarius in your chart. So the Queen of Swords is known as like the blocking card. You know, you're using your sword to create a boundary, and the boundary is so direct that like nobody can penetrate through it. The Eight of Swords here, I feel like you're gonna put this person in their place, but you're gonna strategize how to do it. You're almost gonna like, yeah, find this person out. You know, you're gonna get like the information and the clarity of who they are, you know, that they're just stringing you along like one of many. It's gonna feel very like, you know, you're kind of too old for that. Like, that's not really what you're looking for. But as this like person started flirting with you very lighthearted, you almost like had it in your head like, okay, I met the person I want to be with, you know, even though Salem, even though it started off very light and innocent, in your mind you perceived it as like, yeah, this is how a good relationship would start, like very lighthearted, a slow burn, you know, very innocent. But you almost just kind of like fell for the trap, like fell for this person's charm and charisma. And now you're like strategizing, like, how do I put them in their place? Like, you also might look up like how to, yeah, how to find out like all the other people that this person is talking to, essentially, the Eight of Swords, and tell them, you know, that they're all on a roster, that that person, you know, it's has like 10 girlfriends or 10 boyfriends. You want to expose them, okay? You want to speak some truth, some very blunt truth, some very direct truth, and you don't care, you know, and then you're gonna block them. You might do it under like a fake account or a pseudonym, or, you know, you might do it under like a guise of like secrecy. I feel like you're gonna strategize it, you know, before you take action. Okay, let's go to your advice. Six of Cups, Five of Swords, and 10 of Cups. Okay, yeah, your advice here. This is interesting energy with the Five of Swords. There potentially could be more conflict. Just be wary, you know, when you call this person out publicly or expose them for what they're doing. You know, be careful of any repercussions. You know, it might not be your business. It might be better to just walk away and let them deal with the repercussions of their own behavior, actions, because, you know, even if they have a roster of people that they're talking to in rotation, maybe those other people are doing the exact same thing. Maybe they just don't care. So I think you want to be very careful like going forward, because the Five of Swords is kind of like an arrogant energy, you know, somebody who wants to win a battle but they haven't necessarily won any type of war. And it's, you know, maybe you've conquered your opponent, you know, and you've won their blades as a award or reward, or a trophy, but, you know, you grab the blades, you grab the swords by the blades and end up cutting your own hand. So that's the warning of the Five of the Swords, especially when it comes to communication, what you're saying, how you're speaking. Make sure that you're not like digging yourself into a hole. You might be entering some type of like energy that is just like takes too much stress, like too much of your own energy that's not worth it, you know, because you feel hurt. When people are hurt, they kind of act out in ways that are not necessarily of character. You know, sometimes you might act out of character, especially if your heart is broken. But the Six of Cups to the 10 of Cups, like this, you know, this is an interesting combination here, because the Six of Cups and the 10 of Cups are like joyous family type of energies. You might, yeah, I feel like the Six of Cups too, especially this is like ancestral type of family, like your grandparents, your aunts, your uncles. And then, yeah, the 10 of Cups, this is like being fulfilled in the family unit. So yeah, it might sound cliche, but it's almost like, you know, like, were you raised that way? Like, if you think of like your parents, or like talking to your mom or your aunt, like, and they tell you, like, you know, sweetie, you don't have to sink down to their level. Like, you're gonna meet someone, like, it's not worth it. I just feel like any actions you take in this Queen of Swords energy, it might just be better to like block this person completely rather than interact in any type of like strategy of vengeance. Okay, because yeah, I think you don't want to like bring any like drama into your family or your, I feel like somebody needs you. Yeah, like somebody in your family needs you, and like while you're wasting time like doing this, you know, again, this person might pull you into like childish behavior a little bit, or like childish retaliation, things that like either you grew out of, or things that were never really things that you did even as a child, but they're really like taking you out of yourself, you know, the Page of Cups in reverse. And I think, yeah, you want to be careful because you don't want to get caught up into this like drama, this like kind of not stupidity, but yeah, it's kind of like, it is dumb, you know, it's not worth it. I feel like somebody needs you. Somebody might need your support, you know, and you don't want to be busy like playing like mind games like online with people that, you know, don't matter to you. And somebody like in your family, like they might be thinking about you, they might want to spend time with you. So that might be like where the love that you need, like it's gonna come from a different place, and it's gonna come from like a more authentic place. You could also be being called to like heal some family stuff. I feel like this is gonna be a good opportunity to do that. Okay, I'm gonna get one card from the Moonology Oracle Guidebook. Nothing is yet set in stone. Mutable moon. Yeah, this is a good opportunity for you to heal, like heal some childhood stuff, heal like a broken friendship, a broken relationship, somebody who you're once close to, like they're thinking about you, they might want you to reach out to them. And I feel like with this Five of Swords, it's like, you know, it doesn't just let it go, because it's gonna end up like not working out well for you anyways. Yeah, okay, my dear Sagittarius, so I hope this helped. Let me know, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.